Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel. Today we will be unboxing and looking at my Conid Bulkfiller regular I purchased back in August of 2019. We'll look at what comes with the pen, some accessories I purchased, and a short writing sample. Let's get into it. The pen and some smaller accessories come in a nice aluminium box. A few other items were included with my order. A pen stand made from what I believe is Delrin. It has a fine grainy texture. A Conid branded microfiber pen cloth. And a writing pad with a grid pattern. The paper is nice and thick and is rather smooth to write on. Moving on to the pen. The box is held shut via a latch mechanism and swings open. The box does require some force to open, making it suitable for use as a carrying case. The first thing we are greeted with is a card with pictures and information about the Conid team. On the underside of the box lid is a certificate of authenticity. Beneath the foam is a user guide. It just gives some basic instruction on how to use the bulk filler mechanism and how to fill the pen, both of which I will demonstrate later on in the video. The instructions are mostly pictorial and kind of remind me of IKEA instructions. The pen uses a unique bulk filler mechanism which has characteristics from both a vac filler and a piston filler. So for first time users of the mechanism, I highly recommend reading the instructions carefully so as to not damage your pen. Inside the box, we have a couple slots for the pen and optional accessories. I purchased two nibs for the pen, a medium steel nib with an architect grind, and a 14K rhodium plated gold nib. I also decided to get the Conid tool for pen disassembly. Taking a closer look at the pen, all the fittings are made of titanium. All engravings on the pen are crisp and easy to read. The main pen body is made of acrylic and is extremely clear. My only gripe with the finish is that when I received the pen, there were a couple of fine micro scratches along the side of the pen, but it can only be seen under extremely bright situations and at certain angles. The section is made of titanium, but coated in a grippy matte coating which prevents slipping when writing. The bulk filler uses screw-in number 6 size bock nibs, which are tuned in-house with custom grind options available. The one currently on the pen is a steel medium nib. I'll give you guys a close-up of the gold nib later during the writing sample. Other items in the box are the optional Conid disassembly tool, which is used if you want to disassemble the pen for cleaning or to replace individual components of the pen, which you can order separately. This tool is a €15 add-on and I feel for what it is a bit pricey, however it is made of metal and is fairly high quality. The last thing that's included for free are spare replacement O-rings for the pen. As mentioned earlier, the pen uses a unique bulk filler mechanism. It has two separate ink chambers, making the pen great for flying as you can seal off the larger chamber, preventing air from forcing its way out of the pen if the pen isn't completely filled. The bulk filler has a piston head which can be detached from the main rod in the center of the pen. The piston head is held at the back of the pen by an internal hook. This system allows for a much greater ink capacity. To fill the pen, unscrew the hand nut counterclockwise at the rear of the pen. Pull it back till the end of the rod reaches the piston and continue screwing to attach the rod to the piston, and also to unhook the piston head. When the piston head is unhooked, it will move slightly forward and now you'll be able to operate the piston freely to fill the pen. Once you've filled the pen, just do the same operation in reverse to store the piston. I'll now demonstrate how to use the bulk filler mechanism to fill the pen with ink. All the steps are the same as the previous clip. Today we'll be using Pilot Iroshizuku Tsukiyo. Now that the pen is all inked up, the two ink chambers should be more obvious. The smaller of the two is located behind the section, and the larger one contained within the main pen body. A nib writing certification sheet was provided by Conid for each of the nibs that I had purchased. On the sheet, it has information about the nibs being tested, the ink used, a writing sample, line width test, and the initials of who it was approved by. Here's a little comparison between the fine gold nib and the medium architect. I hadn't provided explicit line widths that I had wanted, and just asked for their recommendation for some line variation when I selected the architect grind. The first writing sample is with the medium architect. The nib is ground very well, with the downstrokes being very smooth and the cross strokes having a touch of feedback, but nothing unpleasant. The nib is not too wet and gives some good shading when writing. I love the slight line variation this grind provides. As promised earlier, here's a little close-up of the gold nib. The gold nib is very smooth and is a joy to write with. There's hardly any feedback and is very smooth on both the cross and downstrokes. The nib is much wetter than the architect and doesn't provide much shading. Here's a close-up of the writing. Overall, I'm very pleased with how both nibs write, and I do have to say that both nibs are some of the best writers within my collection. As a bonus, I purchased the Platinum 3776 to bock 250 adapter from Flexible Nib Factory to use this nib within my bulk filler. This definitely improves the writing experience of the nib immensely, providing a much larger ink reservoir and a much weightier writing experience, which I enjoy. Because of a larger ink reservoir, I do feel that it makes the nib ride slightly wetter, which smooths out a bit of the feedback from the 3776 nib. I understand this adapter has been around for quite a while, and a lot of people do use it to adapt their 3776 nibs to put in their bulk fillers. However, I haven't seen anyone review it in video form, so I thought I'd give all of you who were curious about this adapter a little look at how this combo is like. Thanks for watching everyone, and let me know down in the comments if you have any questions.